It was one of those days that never seemed to end. Maya had spent the entire day racing from one interview to another, hoping that one of them would lead to the break she so desperately needed. She had recently moved to the bustling city in pursuit of her dreams, but like many, she found herself caught in the struggle of securing a job that could keep her afloat. The city had a way of making people feel small, and for Maya, it felt like the walls were closing in with every rejection. By the time she left her last interview, the sun had long set, leaving the city illuminated by neon signs and streetlights. Exhaustion washed over her, but she hurried to the train station, hoping to catch the last train home. The platform was eerily quiet, and her heart sank when she saw the departure board. Last train. Departed. 11:45 p.m. It was already past midnight. Maya's stomach churned as she realized her situation. Her small apartment was in a distant suburb, too far to walk, and with no other transport options available, she was stranded in the city. Worse, her phone battery had drained during the day, leaving her without any means of calling for help. The emptiness of the station magnified her sense of isolation, and she felt the weight of exhaustion and helplessness bear down on her. She stepped out of the station, pulling her jacket tighter around herself as the cold night air bit at her skin. The streets were nearly deserted, and most of the shops had already closed for the night. Maya wandered for a while, hoping to find a cafe or a place to sit and wait out the night, but her search proved fruitless. Feeling lost, she sat on a bench under a dim streetlight, trying to figure out what to do next. She thought about asking for help from a passerby, but in her current state, tired, disheveled, and alone, she didn't feel confident enough to approach anyone. What now? She thought. The city, which had seemed so full of promise, now felt harsh and unforgiving. As Maya sat there, hugging her arms to keep warm, a sleek black car slowly pulled up to the curb. The window rolled down, and a woman in her mid-30s, with striking features and an air of elegance, leaned out of the driver's seat. "Are you all right?" the woman asked in a soft, concerned voice. Maya blinked, unsure if the woman was really talking to her. Yes, I missed my last train, and now I'm kind of stuck here," she admitted, her voice tinged with embarrassment. The woman glanced around at the empty street and back at Maya, her brow furrowing in concern. "It's not safe to be out here at this hour. Do you have anywhere you can go?" Maya shook her head. "No, I live pretty far, and my phone's dead, so I can't call anyone," she explained, trying to hold back the frustration in her voice. The woman hesitated for a moment, then made a decision. "Listen, if you don't mind, I live just a few blocks from here. Why don't you come to my place and stay the night? It's safer than being out here." Maya stared at her, surprised by the offer. I wouldn't want to impose." "You won't be imposing at all," the woman said with a gentle smile. "It's really not safe out here. Come on, I insist." Maya felt a wave of relief wash over her, though she was still wary. The city had taught her to be cautious of strangers, but something about this woman's calm demeanor made her feel at ease. She nodded slowly and got into the car. The woman drove in comfortable silence for a few minutes before pulling up to an upscale apartment building. The exterior was sleek and modern, with large windows that reflected the glittering city lights. As they stepped out of the car and walked toward the entrance, Maya's curiosity grew. Who is this woman? She wondered. The building was clearly luxurious, far out of Maya's league. Inside, the apartment was even more impressive. High ceilings, contemporary furniture, and large paintings adorned the walls. The living room was cozy, but stylish, with soft lighting casting a warm glow across the space. The woman motioned for Maya to sit down on the plush sofa. "Let me get you something to drink," she said, disappearing into the kitchen. Maya sat there, still trying to process what was happening. She looked around the apartment, noticing small personal touches, family photos on the shelves, fresh flowers in a vase. There was something vaguely familiar about the woman, but Maya couldn't quite place her. A few moments later, the woman returned with 2 cups of tea. "Here you go," she said, handing one to Maya. "I didn't even ask your name. Sorry, it's been a long day. I'm Aisha." "Maya," she replied, taking the tea gratefully. "Thank you so much for this. I really didn't know what I was going to do." "Don't mention it," Aisha said with a smile. "I've been in your shoes before, stranded in the city without a plan. It's not a good feeling." Maya smiled back, feeling more comfortable now. "I appreciate it. I've been running around all day for job interviews, and then missing the train was just the cherry on top." Aisha nodded sympathetically. "I remember those days. Trying to find your footing in the city can be tough." They chatted for a while, with Maya sharing her struggles of navigating job rejections and adjusting to the city's fast pace. Aisha listened intently, offering bits of advice and encouragement. As the conversation flowed, Maya found herself feeling more at ease, grateful not just for the shelter, but for the company and the warmth Aisha provided. It wasn't until much later in the night, after Maya had settled into the guest room that Aisha had kindly prepared for her, that Maya's curiosity got the better of her. She pulled out her phone, which had charged just enough to turn on, and did a quick search on the name Aisha. What she found left her speechless. Aisha Khan, the woman who had taken her in, wasn't just any stranger. She was a famous actress, well known for her work in both film and television. Aisha had been featured in some of the biggest movies and had a reputation for her philanthropy and down-to-earth personality, despite her fame. Maya's mind raced as she realized that the woman who had so casually offered her shelter was one of the most recognizable faces in the entertainment industry. The next morning, Maya woke up feeling refreshed, but still in awe of the night before. She stepped into the living room to find Aisha sipping coffee, casually flipping through a script. "Morning," Aisha said with a smile. "Did you sleep well?" Maya nodded, still feeling slightly starstruck. I didn't realize last night who you were," she admitted, feeling a little embarrassed. Aisha laughed softly. "I figured you didn't. That's probably why you were so relaxed. It's nice to have a conversation without all the, fame stuff getting in the way." Maya smiled, appreciating Aisha's humility. "Thank you again for everything. I honestly don't know what I would have done." Aisha waved her hand dismissively. "It was my pleasure. Just pay it forward someday, all right?" Maya nodded, knowing she would never forget this encounter. Before she left, Aisha handed Maya a small card. "I've got a few contacts in the media and marketing world. I'll put in a good word for you. You deserve a break." Maya's eyes widened as she took the card, feeling overwhelmed with gratitude. "Thank you, Aisha. This means so much to me." Aisha smiled warmly. "You're welcome, Maya. Keep going. Sometimes life throws surprises your way when you least expect them." With that, Maya left the apartment, still processing the whirlwind of events. As she stepped out into the city streets, she felt lighter, more hopeful than she had in months. The kindness of a stranger, who happened to be a famous actress, had not only given her shelter for the night, but also a new sense of possibility. Her missed train had led her to an unforgettable encounter that would change the course of her life. And so, Maya walked away from the experience with a heart full of gratitude and hope, knowing that sometimes, even in the midst of chaos and uncertainty, life had a way of working out in the most unexpected and beautiful ways. Maya's story is a reminder that help can come from the most unexpected places, and even in moments of feeling lost or stranded, kindness from strangers can change everything. Her encounter with Aisha Khan, a famous actress who offered her not only shelter, but hope, is a testament to the power of generosity and the unexpected paths life can lead us down.